And now the story of a wealthy family who lost everything, and the one son who had no choice but to keep them all together. It's Arrested Development. I'm so excited! If you have never seen Arrested Development, I have links down below where you can watch the entire series for free on Hulu, so go do that. For those of you who don't know, Arrested Development was a short-lived, Emmy-winning show on Fox, which means, because it wasn't reality, it was canceled by Fox. The show centers around a dysfunctional family, the Bluths, in California, following the collapse of their family's real estate business. It was critically acclaimed, it won 6 Emmys, it had a cult following, but because it wasn't a stupid reality show, Fox branded it commercially unsuccessful. I was reading a blog post about Arrested Development a while ago and it said, since its cancellation, it has gained a fervent fan base. Well, that might be true, but it had a fervent fan base during its initial run too. And the suits at Fox consistently cut shows with really intense, loyal fans just because they're small by industry standards. If they would just take a little bit of time to nurture a show, they would realize that it would go an incredibly long way. And since its cancellation back in 2006, rumors have been flying around about an Arrested Development movie, and some of the cast members said, yeah, we're trying, and the other cast members said, we have no idea what's going on, and nobody had a date, nobody had a plan, people were kind of signed on, and the cast and Mike Hurwitz, the creator, could never really give any details, and it just kind of felt like it was dangling there and nothing was actually getting done. But you have to understand there are big names in the show and they all have current projects that they're working on, and working in an entire movie together would take some time and organization. To be honest, I started watching the show after it was canceled, but it quickly became easily one of my favorite shows. It has wonderful writing, it has perfect delivery, and I was really excited about the idea of an Arrested Development movie. But as time went on and Scott Pilgrim kept getting older, I don't know how I felt about Michael Cera playing Scott Pilgrim and then going back to George Michael. I knew that they had to tread very lightly on how they were going to do the movie, if they were going to do the movie, when they were going to do the movie. I was confused. I mean, I was kind of nervous on how they were going to pull off a movie 5 years after we last saw the characters. The Brady Bunch did it, but, I mean, we all saw how well that worked for the Brady Bunch. Woo! But on Sunday, Mike Hurwitz, the creator of the show, announced that he's bringing the show back for a limited run. It's going to be about 9-10 episodes. Each episode is going to focus on one of the main characters, and it's all going to lead up into a movie, which is amazing. I'm really glad they're doing the short little limited run because that would help the viewer catch up to where all the characters are. And Hurwitz even said himself, if he gave each main character 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, to catch up to where they were, half the movie would be over. Which is true. This is a very smart move on his part. Now, like I said before, Fox originally produced and aired the first 3 seasons of Arrested Development, and then they canceled it. This time around, Fox is interested in producing the show, but they're not going to air it, which is kind of odd, I guess. But Showtime and Netflix are currently in talks with airing the show, so if you don't have Showtime, you will probably be watching it on Netflix, or like me, completely legal ways online. You know what's funny is that this isn't the first time that Showtime's tried to pick up Arrested Development. Like when it was failing back in 2006, Showtime wanted to pick up Arrested Development and keep it going, but they couldn't meet a deal and something fell through. So hopefully this time around, Showtime will be able to get a little piece of that Arrested Development pie. So, things you need to keep in mind. The show is coming back in the summer of 2012 with a limited run of 9 to 10 episodes, each focusing on 1 or 2 of the main characters in the story to catch viewers up to where they will be for the movie. It will not be airing on Fox, it will probably be airing on Showtime and Netflix, possibly another station, I don't know. Everybody's in talks right now. The movie is set to release early 2013. I know, it's a long time away, but at least it's something. And the entire original cast will be back. Bateman, Sarah, Cross, Arnett, everybody, which is awesome. I really don't mean to make it seem like I'm trying to shove television down your guys' throats lately, like talking about Dexter, talking about Arrested Development, but seriously, if you've never watched Arrested Development, give it a chance. There's links down below, like I said. Just a word of advice, if you do start the show, start it from the beginning, because you can't really pick it up in the middle and get all the character nuances and all the inside jokes. It's so much funnier if you start from the beginning and you learn about these characters as they progress and grow. It's hilarious. In my opinion, it's the best American sitcom ever made. If you don't like the show, you don't like the show. That's fine. But if you do like the show, are you excited about this new season? I've heard a couple people say that they're kind of hesitant because they think that the spark was leaving at the end of season 3 and they cut it off at a great spot. Obviously, 5 years in the future, they're not going to be dealing with the same issues that they were in season 1, 2, and 3 with the failing real estate business. And it'll be really interesting to see where all the characters are 5 years from where we last left them. The great thing about all this buildup of a canceled show coming back on the air with a fervent fan base is that it spurs attention everywhere and it gets more of a viewer base. And the studio sees dollar signs. And that might mean more Arrested Development in the future afterwards. So yeah, I'm excited. Question for avid Arrested Development fans. Am I the only one who just in the past few months realized that Anne was an evil ex in Scott Pilgrim? I was rewatching Arrested Development just recently and I saw that and I was like, she looks oh my god, she's an evil ex. And I about died.